Hey, we're here in my bedroom talking about some of the costumes and design that went into making the Dracula film clip, which we filmed up in Broome. It's the element of fire from this album, so each song in this album is exploring a different element. So Dracula's fire, so Broome was very fitting. So my mum helps me make heaps of these. We work together on a lot of it, and I've had a lot of great people help with this clip. So I'll start with the red girl. So this dress, my mum made it all. This piece was actually an old dress I had, and it was white originally, and she took it and we decided to make it red, and it was very inspired by like Picnic at Hanging Rock. Then we have Dracula. This coat was the centerpiece, which was actually a gift from my very good friend Dan Howls. He got it from Germany, I believe, and it was huge on me to begin with, and then Mum tailored it in to be my size. The colour is obviously perfect for Dracula, that really like blood burgundy. I mean, with that look it was really important to I wanted to kind of play with something that was a little bit androgynous and quite masculine, you could say, maybe compared to the other costumes that I've done before. And then these pants my mum made, which are the opposite, so it's kind of like having very feminine, Victorian-y, lacy flares with something that's very bold, like that jacket. So these dresses, which you don't see much in the actual clip, so this was the idea of the three brides, Dracula and his brides. This colour is just absolutely crazy, like pink velvet. So we had 3 of these, and they went with these creepy masks. We decided to go with these masks, and they also had these big wigs. It's just the idea of like holding on to a sense of immortality. This in like a modern context of like people altering their faces so much to like hold on to this sense of youth, which is obviously something that in a vampire world is just what it is. So that's kind of where these masks came from. This headpiece was made by my friend Trudy. I just had this idea of, like as I said, this sort of conventions of vampirism and turning them on their head. So I just had this idea of like a coffin headpiece for my face to be in. And we sort of did some research into, I think they're called gable headdresses. They're from like the 16th century. English women used to wear them, and they were called that because they looked like houses on their faces or something. They're pretty interesting, and they're really bonnet-like. So that's where we got the inspiration for this to begin with. And the decoration was this idea of like nails in the coffin, and it ended up being something that was very, like that character became very deathly and very funeral-like and very regal. So all these jewels are from Totomoto. My friend Cyndy does all this. They're just absolutely exquisite. I love them so much. So I wore this body piece made of seahorses. It's absolutely stunning. I pretty much just covered myself in every single one of her jewels that I could for the dragon. So I had this as well. So there's just, I love that there's all these like creatures amongst all the jewels. There's the seahorses, there's the octopus, these ones as well, like octopus vine, like this one which is like barnacles. So there's a real kind of oceany dragon, sea dragon thing going on with those. And this was a piece that Ellis made, which went with the dragon, wrapped around my face like this. It's kind of like a frilled neck lizard, I guess you could say. It's inspired by that character that's on Nightmare Before Christmas. He has this big thing. So that is pretty much it.